Hi, my name is Adolfo and this is Life of Adolfo channel. Today I wanted to talk about my orders from Alibaba. I made 4 orders and I got 3 items. As you can see, they don't match, but I'll explain my story and I'll tell you what I did. And this might be like the procedure of my orders and things that I did in my orders. And the reason for that is so you don't miss the details, or you might expect or encounter the same thing and you know how to counter it or what's so on. With that being said, the first order that I did was during the pandemic. All 3 orders were during the pandemic. They're all gym related. And the reason I went to Alibaba instead of DHgate, there's another app from, if you look at the phones and Android or Apple, is because DHgate sells small items or smaller quantities. Alibaba sells bigger items. And I'm familiar with DHgate on the way they do the orders and everything. There's a couple of different things. The most important one is the charging. And another one is not a lot of companies over there. I'm not gonna say not a lot, but we'll say more than half don't do door to door. And that's what I am talking about this video, not port pickups. So the reason I decided to do door to door instead of port pickup is because I saw YouTube videos like you're watching, and a lot of people say that there's a warehouse fee. And at the same time I work. The closest port pickup for me will be probably Houston. That means I gotta drive to Houston. That means I gotta take a day off. If not, what if the item comes in at a certain day and I'm working? The warehouse, I think, charges a fee per day. Another reason that, well, this is not an actual reason, but then I saw it afterwards, is that someone showed their payment and there was a taxes on it. And they did a port pickup. I'm not sure if it's actual or they just added that fee to him. He also ordered gym equipment. As for me, the first order that I did was the 5-piece. They look like the Max grips. They also sold them at Walmart. And the ones that I got cost $200. I know Walmart costs $100. You may say, wow, you paid more. Yes, because Walmart was sold out at that time. This is during the pandemic. The Max grips, of course, cost, I think, $400 or $500. I'm not sure at the point of this video, okay? At the point that I purchased them in March 2020, April 2020. So those, I ordered them and they just said, okay, you gotta pay this, because on the site it says 99 or whatever. And they try to do the calculation, the shipping and everything, and they charge you a little bit more. On DHgate, you just order, and usually they don't charge you an extra fees or an extra cost because you're in the US. And Alibaba, they do that. And that's one difference between both of them. And at that point, I ordered them. It took like 2.5 weeks. That's pretty fast. I'm retired Navy, so I kind of know. I don't want to say I kind of know, but I know it takes a minute. It takes a while to get from here to China or near the coast of China. So I know that they have to do it in the warehouse, take it to the port, deliver it to our port, and then deliver it to my house. Those arrived to LA, Los Angeles, and then they brought them over here. I believe the company that brought them over here is DHL. DHgate also uses DHL. That's one of the mail carriers in the US and probably international. On the second order and on the third order, I made 2 orders. The first one was weight plates. I bought 50 plates of 45 pounds each, and I bought dumbbells, the ones in the back of me. The way that I did it with the vendors is that I looked at all the vendors, because Alibaba is like an insurance app and it has a bunch of vendors. So don't think you're just talking to Alibaba, you're talking to Alibaba on the Alibaba app to vendors from other places. Most of them, of course, are China, but I've seen some from India and other countries. When I talk to all of them, this is the way I did. I talk to everyone, and the first question I ask is, do you do door-to-door? Door-to-door is basically, they deliver your product to your door, to your garage door or to your front door. So you're gonna get probably less than 50% that say yes. Some of them are gonna say it's too expensive. You're still gonna get to the point, how much is it? And the reason I want everybody to ask that question, not only the first one is door-to-door, if they say yes, is how much it's gonna cost. Because if you have someone selling the weight plates for $400, because it's gonna be way less over there, but the catch is the shipping is gonna cost you more. So imagine somebody's charging you $400 for the product. The other one is charging you $450. $400 is cheaper, so you're gonna try to contact him more. But if you tell them how much is it door to door, this person might charge you another $400 for the product and the shipping. Meanwhile, the $430 might charge you $200. As you can see, now it's $650 compared to $800, and this one becomes cheaper. So the first question that I ask is, do you do door to door? And the second one is, how much is it? When it comes to door to door, they're gonna ask you one question as well, is, can you give me your zip code? Because they're trying to get the calculation not only to arrive to the port, but also the shipping from there to your house. That's why they ask you for your zip code. One thing that I recommend is, some of them are gonna say, go to this Gmail and talk to me. Basically, they're gonna try to lower the price. However, now you're eliminating Alibaba from you. Alibaba is your insurance. They're the middleman, they're the ones that hold the money. Now, if you don't go with them, and you just go directly to them, what if they don't do your product? Now you're, instead of trying to find a cheaper way, a loophole, whatever, now you're on the hole with X amount of money because they're not gonna deliver your product, maybe. That's why I decided to keep on going with Alibaba, even though some of them told me, use this email and we'll try to get you a better discount. So after that procedure, like I said, door to door, and then how much it costs, the price is still not done, okay? So, but at that point, you already know which one is the cheapest out of 2 or 3 or 4, how many ever companies there is. And the reason I say the price is still not done, it's because Alibaba is going to charge you for the insurance. And depending on how big your item is. For example, mine was the weight plates. I bought 50 of them. Yes, I did plan to sell some. I bought them for a total of $1.18 a pound. That's including the charging from how much the company charges, the shipping, and Alibaba. So I try to combine them all because I want to know what the actual price will be. If you do port pickup, you're not going to know the actual price because you still got to go to the port and pay them. So I wanted to know the final price, and that's another reason I did door to door. So I got my items, and the way this one got delivered is not DHL, it was UPS this time. I remember because the guy, his shorts ripped and everything, and he was just helping me. We were doing them on dolly, taking them to my garage. On that one, the image, they were silver weight plates, but they delivered black ones. That's another thing you need to actually ask. Can I see the physical item? Don't go just by the image that they give you, like, you know, the ones that they get from the internet. Tell them, show me one from your actual warehouse. Because you want to actually know the product. For me, even though they were black and not gray, and like I said, I was planning to flip them, and most of them, my garage is mostly, the walls are purple, but everything is black, so I was fine with it. The ones that I sold, so you know the quality of the item is that the people that I sold, 2 of them came back and bought more. because they like the item, they like the product. One of them actually bought like 15 sets, 30 of them. And like I said, I bought 50. It's like over 2,000 pounds, I believe so. Or 2,000 kilos. I think it's 2,000 pounds and 1,000 kilos. Yes, kilos. Kilograms. So that's one thing that you want to ask. Show me the physical item, because for me, it was good. For you, it might not be good if you're trying to get a red leg extension, and next thing you know, you get a gray one. So they delivered my product. I got it. Like I said, I sold most of them. I still have some of them. And on the third product that I ordered at the same time, I ordered from another company. These are 3 different companies. And the person said, I don't have such and such pounds yet, or, you know, because they come in 5, 15, 5, 10, 15, and so on. He said, I don't have some of them. And I waited, and I waited. For me, at the beginning, it was good because I was going on vacation. But when I came back, my weight plates arrived, and I ordered both of them at the same time, but I still didn't get my dumbbells. After the 3rd month, yes, 3 months of waiting, I told the person, I told on the app to cancel my order. Once again, that's why you want to stick to the app instead of going with them. And I went with the lady of the company that I bought the weight plates, because she, at that time, told me I could sell them for you cheaper, and we're actually an actual manufacturer that makes them. I thought she was just trying to get my business. And for me, I wanted to have 2 different companies just in case one of them was not good or the quality was not good. So once I tried to cancel it, the person approved it. I talked to the lady and she said, what's the name of the other company? And I told them so and so, and they said they're not an actual company. They just buy them from other people and ship them. That's why they struggle to have the dumbbells that they need. And then she was honest with me. She said, I don't have this one and this type of weight dumbbells, but since we're a manufacturer, give me 7 days and they'll get done. I believe it was a 70 pounds and another weight, another dumbbell weight. So I waited, and next thing you know, she says, they're gonna get shipped, they're shipping already, they're getting shipped. And when they say they're getting shipped, that means that they're shipping from the warehouse to the port. And one good thing about Alibaba is that they don't get paid until your item gets to your house. So basically, you pay, Alibaba holds your money, and once you say that you got your item, they get paid. And that happened with the weight plates. On this order, she kept on telling me, has it arrived? I guess the phone number was not right. So they were trying to get my actual phone number, because they're trying to contact me that the item was going to get to my house in certain days, in a certain day. When it arrived in Los Angeles, and this is one thing that you need to also be ready to not get scammed. The person over there contacted the lady in Alibaba, the lady that on the manufacturer, not Alibaba, and they say that to lower it is going to cost $100 and some. I told them, you know what, I'll lower it myself, because I wasn't planning to pay more. And I told the lady, this is bad business for you, because the price was already set in stone for door to door, to deliver to my door, not to pay extra fees on it. And she said, I sent the email to the person in Los Angeles, and she showed me the picture of what she was saying, because it's in Chinese, but she's translating everything. And at the end, the person said, okay, we won't charge him if he lowers it himself. I said, okay, no problem. I'm going to be off that day. I'm going to pick it up myself, as long as they deliver it on the day that I'm off. On the day before that I was off, the person in Los Angeles contacted me. They said, we didn't have your correct phone number and so on. So they gave the phone number and everything to FedEx. FedEx called me and they said, when do you want to deliver it? I told them on my day off, basically Wednesday. So at that point, On Wednesday came along, the FedEx truck came in. As you can see, the first order was DHL, the second order was UPS, and the third order was FedEx. That's another thing about, the companies over there. They kind of know what companies are carriers over here to deliver products. Because she always told me, this is what it's gonna cost, and I'm gonna use this company. That's another thing you gotta probably ask, like, what company is gonna deliver it, or what's or not. Because you wanna know if you could pick it up on their, on their warehouse, FedEx or UPS. So the FedEx came in on a truck and they delivered it. They lowered it and everything. So basically, the people in LA, the warehouse in LA was trying to get money from me. So you gotta be careful on those things. Don't pay more. If it's door to door, that's it. Some people may think that you're not familiar with the pattern or what to do, that you might pay. And that's $100 that I saved. So a couple things that I'm gonna go over again. As you can see, my weights are here. I don't have no complaints with none of the 3 products that I got, because they want to keep their business with Alibaba, and they don't want to get like, basically, I guess, a bad report or people saying that product, the company is bad. So I think most of them are trying to give you a good product. The weight plates were a good product, even though the color was different. And I should have asked, because on the dumbbells, she actually showed me a physical of the plate, the dumbbells over there, so I knew what I was getting. The max grips, I also got a physical image of it, not just like getting it from the internet. The weight plates, I should have asked the same. But on the weight plates, she showed me a picture of the product being inside the pallet, ready to ship. So I already knew what to expect when it got here. And sure enough, they came in on those boxes and so on. The dumbbells, I didn't ask for a picture. And I asked afterwards so I could get my mindset ready to get them, but she said she didn't take a picture. But that was like the day before I was gonna get them here in the US. As for them, I got them in 2 months. Because remember, they had a delay to make 2 certain dumbbell sets. And when they make them, they gotta wait another 7 days or X amount of days so it could be ready, have the product to be on the hex bar so they don't break or whatever. They keep them there and then they ship them. That's what she was telling me. So with that being said, door to door is good if you don't have a truck. I don't have a truck. Door to door is good if the product is the port is away from you. And third, it's good because you get on the door and you already know the set price per item. And you could look at other companies in the US like Red Fitness, Rogue, Titan, and see if your product is worth buying. As for the dumbbells, I believe they cost me $1.38 a pound. And I know for some of them right now, that's, more than certain companies. But I don't want to say more because you got to remember there's shipping and there's taxes. So you got to add that to the actual item. Instead of just saying, well, Rep is cheaper than this, and why should I buy over there? Because there's a risk, of course, And that's why I do all my calculation on the door-to-door. Hopefully you guys like the video and hopefully you guys learned something. If you have a question, ask. But just remember, to get a good calculation, try to get as many companies, ask for the price all the way to door, and then look at Alibaba, the pricing for the insurance, and then make your decision if it's worth it. For me, it was worth all 3 items. Like I said, I flipped the weight plates. I got enough money to buy another big item that basically is free, but I still paid for it. And hopefully you guys like it, okay? If you have questions, ask. If I still remember, I'll answer to you. And I'll try to help you because I don't want you to get scammed. I know a lot of people also say that customs, because I saw a video that you had to go through customs and everything. That's if you try to buy something that is bootleg or counterfeit. I didn't do that. I bought everything plain, and I didn't go through customs or nothing. They just delivered them to my house, and that's it. No questions asked. Just the FedEx person or the UPS just gave me the paperwork. Some of them I had to sign something and call it a day. Hopefully you guys like it. Thank you. Like I said, if you have questions, ask them and I'll try to answer them. Thank you. Bye-bye.